Hi, it's Ileana, and today I am going to be talking about my journey about being a past life regression therapist and hypnosis practitioner. So what had happened was in 2013, I had started having memories of being abducted by reptilians, by the Sharab Invictus reptilians, black Drazo reptilians, and another reptilian species. So the memories was that when I was 3 years old, that's the first time I was taken, and I had been infected with nanites, which gave me a viral infection. No, it was supposed to have killed me, but it didn't. I ended up in the hospital with bad paralysis and high fever, and they couldn't figure out which virus it was. They did a spinal tap on me, and they couldn't figure out what it was. And the nanites were supposed to destroy my autoimmune system and kill me. So I wasn't supposed to live, but I did. I survived, and the abductions by the reptilians happened until I was 10. Like, I had bits and pieces of remembering a black hole portal opening up in the bedroom when I was sleeping as a child. And I would see the black hole opening up, and I was so afraid of the darkness, of the blackness of that vortex tunnel that would open up. And I associated it with black crows screaming as a little child. Of course, that was just a fear. The black crows weren't real, but that's what I thought the portal was, black crows screaming. And I didn't quite realize who the reptilian beings were until I started learning past life regression and hypnosis with Leonard Howell, who was my shaman teacher in 2013. So when I started being certified for past life regression and hypnosis by him and studying the techniques and the protocols, that's when we were able to figure out that it was the reptilians who had abducted me and what they did to me and infected me with the nanites that went into my bloodstream and damaged my autoimmune system, creating that virus. And that's what happened when I was in the hospital, paralyzed for almost 3 weeks. So that was the association with the reptilian abductions and why I was infected with the nanites and the virus. So that was the first memory that I really was able to figure out what that was, the reptilian abductions. And the black Drazo, Sharab Invictus, and the third reptilian group. So that's the first memory. And the other memories that I was able to explore through past life regression was my L and Pleiadian hybrid galactic heritage. So I have this memory written down from the past life regression notes. When I was an L Pleiadian hybrid in my last lifetime as the star traveler, I had a 16-foot tall female body with blue iridescent skin color and blonde silver hair. My eyes were greenish blue. That body had blue blood with plasma that could self-repair and self-regenerate my body within several hours, no matter what the injuries could have been. When I was working for planetary corporations on Mars, those memories of my last lifetime had been used to synthesize my biological drug serum plasma treatments to get acclimated to living on Mars. And what usually happens is when there are SSP assets that are stationed on Mars, they get something like biological drug serums or plasma treatments injected dermally into their neck, and that helps their body to acclimate to the planetary atmosphere or environment that they're stationed on. So it basically acclimates you to living on a different planet, because plasma treatments or biological drug serums are basically antibodies that your own body would create to adapt to different environments on planets. Like even your molecular structure itself changes when you live on other planets for a long time. Your molecular and biological structure becomes different. You have different antibodies now that are acclimated to the planetary system that you're on. So Planetary Corp in the cybernetics labs is able to synthesize biological drug serums with the replicator technology to create the perfect antibodies that can be put into your body that have the molecular and biological structure of the planet that you're serving on, where you're doing your SSP mission. And in my case, it was Mars. So my biological plasma drug serum was specifically created with Mars molecular structure and biology that was added to my Earth antibodies and acclimated and adapted them to Mars life with the Mars antibodies. And it's cells, tissues, it's everything. Like plasma therapy can literally reprogram your body and acclimate you to different planets, depending on the antibodies that you're injected with. And that's the kind of advanced technology that they have on Mars. So when you first arrive on Mars or the moon, you're given biological drug serums that will change your molecular biological structure internally in the body, your T cells, your tissues, bones. The antibodies that come from these biological drug serums, they help you to adapt with your human physiology to change that to whatever planetary environment or moon environment that you're on. So oftentimes, SSP assets will remember being injected with something, and that's the biological drug serums that change their bodies and adapt their biology to where they're supposed to serve as SSP assets. And I was able to find out about that, the SSP information, through self-regression hypnosis. So I had used the past life regression techniques that had been taught to me by Leonard Howell, the Métis Native American shaman, to access my past life as the L-Pleiadian hybrid, and also the hypnosis techniques to access my SSP memories, to learn about how plasma and biological drug serums can regenerate damaged aspects of the brain, memory, autoimmune system, biology, etc., in the body, and restore my brain function back to normal from the damage that had been caused by the 4 Neuralink implants that had been placed in my brain by the secret space program Planetary Corporations. And this was done in the cybernetics labs to me, because the Neuralink implants basically augmented my psionic abilities to make them stronger. It enhanced my brain function and memory capabilities. And the implants allow you to upload and download information so quickly and to train you to do various jobs. So it doesn't take months or weeks to learn how to do a new job. The implants gives you the information that you need, and it trains you to do the job or jobs. Because I was put into the cybernetics labs as my first assignment on Mars with Planetary Corp. And these Neuralink implants gave me the ability to interface with different holographic technologies, to remote control and pilot ships remotely, to test new technologies, and to create synthetic telepathy to communicate with other SSP assets that had the Neuralink implants in their brains. And Neuralink implants are etheric technologies and nanotechnologies fused together. So these implants cannot be detected by an MRI scan, not by a CT scan, not by a brain SPECT. So because it's so small and it's etheric and nanotech. So none of these scanners can pick it up on Earth. It would have to be a certain device that does not exist yet on Earth to pick up these types of SSP ET implants. And basically, I am not pro implants. I'm not. I don't believe in transhumanism. I don't believe in being cybernized or augmented. I was working in cybernetics labs on Mars. That's the environment I was in. I was given the implants to do my job, and they helped me to do my job. But then when I came back on Earth, after my 16 back was over, after a while, those implants malfunctioned because they leaked nano gold fiber from the implants, and it almost damaged my brain, and I had to work with ETs to do psychic surgery to remove those implants. And it was not an easy process, because I usually don't do psychic brain surgery often. And that's not something that I really knew how to do in 2017 when I needed to remove the implants. So I did work with ETs, benevolent ETs, to remove the implants, because they were no longer helping my memory to function better. In fact, they were damaging my brain and ruining my memories. And I had memory gaps, and I had issues with memory because of the implants malfunctioning. So I psychically removed them. My psychic abilities are very good. I don't need these implants to psychically function. I don't need them anymore to augment my psychic ability. So I weighed the pros and the cons, whether to keep these Neuralink implants in my brain or not. I mean, they could be reconfigured frequency-wise to fix them, but then I would have to go back into the SSP cybernetic labs for them to do that. Or I could have figured out a way to reprogram them myself and fix them. But that's a complicated matter to reconfigure their frequencies. I thought to myself, you know what? I'd rather remove them and have them gone from my brain, because I don't need them. I said to myself, you know what? You're a strong psychic. You don't need these nano augmentations to be your best, who you are. These implants don't define me. They never did. So I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, I'll just remove them. They'll be gone. They don't define me and who I am. I don't need to be augmented with nanotechnology anymore. I'm not in the SSP anymore. I don't need it to be a good psychic. I'm a good psychic. So I decided to get them removed, and I did. And so I've been really fascinated by past life regression and hypnosis since 2013, because it's really helped me on my life journey to figure out who I am and the experiences I've had in this lifetime and past lifetimes, and who it has created as me to be. Because I'm more than just my physical self. I'm more than just a physical body. My soul has lived for millions of years. And the reason I still call myself the Star Traveler is because I still associate a lot with that L Pleiadian hybrid lifetime. I still have the L Pleiadian genetics and other genetics from previous lifetimes. It's incorporated into who I am today, because what can happen is genetically, we all have cellular memory. So some of us are born with past life genetics from our past lives. If they were strong past lives, often enough, the DNA sequencing is coded into our current DNA patterns. So I have L DNA, and L is a race. EL is a race of species. They're 12th dimensional species who can create anything from energy and then dissipate it if they want. So they're creator beings. I also have Pleiadian DNA and other DNA, and that's all stored in molecular cellular memory within my RNA DNA genomic sequence. And that's been further activated with my awakening process, the attributes of those galactic genetics, whatever you want to call them. So it's been further activated. And it's enhanced my psychic ability as well. It happened naturally. So I don't just believe that we're hybridized through egg implantation or the hybrid programs. Some of us are just born with these previous galactic genetics already embedded in our DNA, and it's activated throughout our lifetime as we remember who we are, who we've been in past lives. So that's just, when people ask me, how can you read people's genetic structures? I don't just see your human DNA, I also see all your other DNA from your past lifetimes of who you've been as galactic beings. And it's more than just 100% actually. Human DNA is counted as 100%, but when you add in the ET DNA from past lives and experiences and who you are, that goes beyond 100% in terms of your genetic lineages, because you have many countless lifetimes as different ETs. Many people do. And that is encoded in your human DNA as well, along with it. It's already encoded in your gene sequencing. So, and I see it as more than 100% because I see people's DNA as what it is from galactic lineages. And that's how I can give percentages of how much genetics somebody has, not just human genetics, but ET stuff too. Just to explain that a little bit, because I now can see past lives without having to go into the past life regression protocol. I mean, I can do the Native American shamanic past life regression, and a lot of people ask for that because they're participating in that session with me. I'm guiding them on their session, and we're both seeing their past lives. Or I do galactic soul readings where I see people's past lives, genetic lineages, and I tell them about it. So the way I can see past lives happens in more than one form. And also you can do it through hypnosis. I just choose to do the past life regression separately from hypnosis. Hypnosis, I focus on people's memories and experiences. If they have something that's repressed, or they can't remember something, or they've been in the SSB or think they have, or they've had ET abductions, experiences, or other supernatural phenomenon, we explore that in the hypnosis sessions. That's the kind of hypnosis I do. It's very specific to memory retrieval, to looking at ET experiences, SSP experiences. Sometimes past life stuff also comes up, but mostly it has to do with looking at experiences, memories, and paranormal and supernatural events in what we explore in hypnosis. So I focus on that area of hypnosis. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the process, how I learned past life regression and hypnosis, and what my experience is. I've been doing past life regressions and hypnosis for 8 years now. I'm certified in both as a practitioner. So that's what's included in what I do. And I also do psychic readings for past life stuff and galactic soul readings. So thank you so much.